house at his Bell Harbor. I bought Lennox Mall for my brothers. Sold your bag, told the cutter. I got it out the field, fuck Russell. Going ask L'Oreal about the paddock and going ask Jordan, that's dead. Philippe water trying to drown a bitch. That's a habit tricking on a bitch. Shit, I'm thinking I'm cribbing a pimp. Shit, I'm cooking up dope like a dump. Shit, like her first gon' sit nigga trim. Shit, I'm floating, I'm out in the blimp. Shit, it look like I'm swimming in glass. Shit, I turn on my bitch cause she bad. Shit, I'm making my ex nigga mad. Shit, they go for that chemical man. Real nigga learn them, wearing a bag. Piping a bitch and they nail like I can. Turn up the shooters with switches go bad. They with some scammers but no for pain. Slapping no rapping my dog, he fall off. No capping, no bound.
What it do, what it do. I go by the name of BRWE, representing that self-made hustle TB, where the hustle has to be in you, not on you, man. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, man. Make sure y'all like, share, and subscribe, man. Make sure we gonna the music vibe this way. We're gonna do something a little bit different this time. We're gonna slow the shit down a little bit. We always be gangster. Gotta play something for the regular folks, man.
Through drought and famine, natural disasters, my baby
has been around for me.
Kingdoms are falling, angels be calling. None of that could ever make me leave. Yeah. Every time I look into your eyes, I see it. You're all I need. Every time I get a bit inside, I feel it. Who would have thought I'd get you?
Hey, this one of them ones. See you riding the old lady, that bang up loud. Hey, just rolling on a good Sunday, man. For real.
And when we're making love, your cries, they can be heard from far and wide. It's only the two of us. Everything I need between those thighs.
my.
into your eyes, I see it. You're all I need. Every
Every
time I
time
get
I.
a bit inside, I feel it. Ooh, who would have thought I'd get you? Oh yeah, babe. Ooh, who would have thought I'd get you? I'll take some time just to be thankful that I had days full of you. Before it winds.
Make sure y'all double tapping the screen. We're gonna get into the content after this jam, y'all. This is my product, fellas. I love you. Don't you love when I come around? Feel you up and I feel you down. Don't you love when I come around? Feel you up and I tell you. Who would have thought I'd get you? Oh yeah, babe. Who would have thought I'd get you? Yeah, man, I had to learn you slow folks something today, man. Now you slow niggas, you want to get them drawers wet, man, go jump in that slab, man. Pop that on, man. It don't matter if it's screwed or the regular version. Boy, they gonna look to the right, they gonna look at you and be like, boy, hey. Good morning, y'all. Self-Made Hustle TV today, this reaction channel. Also want to start out because I didn't do it yesterday. I got sidetracked. I want to thank y'all, man. You know, we had 9 grand. We really had 9 grand, like for real, and climbing. And it's bigger shit to come. I just want to say thank y'all. Thank y'all. A lot of people don't. I say thank y'all because this shit ain't. I'm just one man. You know. I might talk a lot of shit. This shit is not functional without y'all guys, man. So today, you know, one of my favorite stories, man, is Cocaine Cap. One of my favorite movies, like whatever you want to call it, documentary, whatever, is Cocaine Cowboys, man. And you remember they had part 1, and then they had part 2. Part 2 was about Griselda Blanco and Mr. Crosby. You know, Mr. Cosby, I say Crosby. Mr. Cosby, you know, he was a person when Griselda Blanco got locked up. And for all y'all don't know who Griselda Blanco is, she is AKA the godmother. She's the godmother of the cocaine trade. Very dangerous woman. So she finally got caught or whatever. And you know, drug dealers receive fan mail too, just like rappers and shit do, you know. And most of the time, a lot of the time, them niggas probably don't read that shit unless they get bored, you know. But unfortunately, she read her shit. And she listened to how everybody talked in the letters. And for some specific reason, allegedly, she said she liked the way that he talked. So she wanted to meet him. When she met him, she started flooding him with hundreds, thousands and thousands of kilos of cocaine. But he also was supposed to be like her prison boyfriend or whatever it was, you know. So shout out to Say Cheese. Say Cheese did an interview with him. Y'all know I like these type of drug dealing stories and shit like that. That shit's gonna get my attention at all times, you know. But we're gonna watch the interview. Say Cheese did an interview with him, and we're gonna get into this real fast. Let me cue this shit up for y'all. Might go into some other shit too. You never know how I feel. You know, I'm up early.
So I mean, born and raised in Oakland.
I slept the whole freaking day. Okay, we're gonna make this bigger. Let me go to this, and then we go to add this. Sheena, salute, y'all. Let's roll.
East Oakland, yes.
What was that like?
Like any other kid growing up in the ghetto. Not really survival of the fittest. You know what I'm saying? We were poor, but I didn't know we were poor.
Mm-hmm.
You know, because mom always, you know, made a way. You know, just like in any other ghetto. You know, it's good and bad. You know, you navigate to, you know, certain people. And sometimes you make lifelong friendships, you know.
Mm-hmm. What were some things that you witnessed growing up?
Growing up, I witnessed actually junkies, friends of the family, ODing of heroin, because during that time in the 70s, heroin was the big drug. You know, there was a lot of heroin addicts who actually injected heroin to get high. So there was no crack or anything like that. So I witnessed, you know, a few people ODing.
Mm. You have your dad in your life?
No, my dad left when I was about 2 years old.
Mm.
He never came back. My mom found out that my dad was dating a guy.
Whoa.
And she happened to be in the kitchen one night. And the phone rang. My dad answered the phone in the bedroom. Mom was in the kitchen, so she picked the phone up and eavesdropped. And my dad was talking sexual to another man. So that created a really bad.
So his Bob broke up with his dad because his dad
assaulted my mom. And that was the last night we spent together as a family. I was 2 years old.
Mm. Did it affect you growing up, you know, the single parent home?
In a way it did, because I didn't have a strong father figure in my life. My mom did what she could, and she was a really great mom. But sometimes only a man can raise a man. So I did miss that to a degree, but I love my mom nonetheless.
Mm-hmm. So you're in school. I mean, do you graduate high school or no?
I did well in school, elementary, junior high, high school. But when crack epidemic hit the scene, I dropped out of school, actually in the 11th grade.
Did you tell your mom, or you just gradually stopped going?
Well, the funny thing of it is, a year after I dropped out of school, my mom, she was preparing for my graduation. You know, I from the 12th grade, my supposedly senior year. So she got her dress and, you know.
Took it and drive it. What's up, boy?
I said, your son don't go here no more.
Mm.
Good morning.
How did she take that?
She was upset with me, but, you know, by that time, you know, I was in the street.
Trying to do the righteous. Hey, that's all. That's all.
You didn't feel like you let her down?
I did.
Can we say more?
Like guilt?
Oh, of course.
Hey, you and I know what's going on, man.
Mm.
You know, so anything that made her sad, it hurt me, you know, but as a person that was in the street, you know, I had to do what I had to do.
Mm. Were you already getting money at that age? 16, 17,
Yeah,
18?
I started 16 getting money.
And that was being like you said, I don't want to misquote you, but being a vulture? Was that like the first?
No. I was actually selling crack. I got my first ounce of coke from this guy named Banana, and at 16. So he taught me the ropes, and then
See, these niggas was able to take out from the gates. You know how long it took us? I probably had one when I was probably about. I don't even know when it was. Like the first time I ever bought an ounce, because we didn't start right there. You know what I'm saying? We was selling fucking $20 rocks. We was buying 50 packs. Like, we were buying 50 packs. We wasn't able to start at the ounce level. You know what I'm saying? We had to earn our way. And once you got an ounce, boy, it felt like it was graduation, but I don't even remember because we was grinding so much. I don't even remember when I first got my first ounce because, nigga, we were grinding so much, nigga. We was on the street, nigga. Come on, man.
branched off from there.
And Banana, was that like a friend, or was that like an OG or older cat, or
Okay,
he was in your
He
grade?
said,
Hey,
Banana was
Perry.
a guy I grew up with. He was one
Listen.
year older than me.
I ain't gonna listen, man. I ain't trying to sidetrack the live, but because she has commented, I don't listen. I ain't trying to slam dunk no black man, but he got some explaining to do, and it's damaging, fool. Like, it's damaging, bro. It's damaging because all he getting caught for is the shit that the white people do all the time. Bro, they do it at regular jobs all the time. They tell them women that they will give them a better position if they have, if the bosses tell the women that they will give them a better position if they have sex with them. And what happens if the woman don't have sex with the boss? You see how the bosses treat the women after that? It happens, bro. It happens, bro. This is just on a bigger
This guy I grew
stage.
up with in Brookfield Village.
My nigga D Mac.
He became pretty
Blue,
successful
boy.
selling cocaine. I looked up to the guy, and he put me in business. He fronted me an ounce of cocaine, and I went from there with it.
Were you just like curious, like seeing his lifestyle, the cars he had? You was like, yo, put me in, was it one of them type of?
Well, see, the thing of it is, so like at that point in time, like a lot of youngsters, like 15, 16, 17, they all started about the same time.
Me too.
And I mean, back then,
I started selling drugs when I was 15 years old.
15-year-old kid.
15 years old selling
nice
drugs.
cars. I mean, kids. And I was impressed, and I wanted to be a part of that lifestyle.
So he put you on. He gave you some crack, some coke, crack, right?
He gave me some coke, and he taught me how to whip it into crack.
Niggas say whip it,
and then you start hustling.
Started hustling 24/7.
At that age, how much do you think you were making a week?
I was making like 1,000 every 2 days, which was a lot of money for a 16-year-old kid.
16-year-old nigga making 1,000?
Right?
What?
So back then, money was probably 4 times then than it is now. When you factor in inflation,
the buying power back then was way higher.
Yes.
So you're making 1,000 every 2 days.
Salute, there.
I mean, what do you buy? Are you buying cars, clothes? Are you saving it?
Well, the same thing kids buy, cars, clothes, little trinkets of jewelry, take your girl to the movies and whatnot.
And your mom had no idea.
I'll get to that in a minute, but no, at that point she didn't have any idea. Okay.
So I mean, you're making good money, and then your plug, I don't know if he's your plug, but Banana. Your friend at the time, some vultures, robbers. They came up on him when he was hanging out on the street, and they shot him because he didn't want to give up his money.
They ambushed him, tried to rob him, and shot and killed him.
And they wanted you as well?
Well, the guys who killed Banana,
B-Boy Santana, shout out to Shot. Man,
allegedly they were
shout out to, man, hold on.
And so
hold on, y'all. Definitely shout out to Shot Rack, man. Definitely shout out to the whole West Coast, man. And I'm in Texas, so my love for Texas, man. Shout out to all y'all, man. Shout out, man. Definitely shout out to the Shot, man. I love the Shot.
Word was going around town that could possibly have something to do with allegedly.
Hector,
So I basically left Oakland.
there go my favorite moderator.
And you
There
left
she
with
go
30
right there.
grand to
There she go.
was it Santa Barbara?
Fresno, California.
Fresno, I'm sorry.
That's actually where I was born at.
Okay.
Good morning.
And you left there with 30,000.
I left Oakland with 30,000, went to Fresno.
Yeah. And you said it didn't last long.
Definitely
you
go
basically
Astros.
say you ran
Definitely
through it.
that.
Yes.
Hector.
And is that
I like you already.
living life, or
Yeah, months. It was months.
and in Fresno, you're not hustling. You're put away. You're trying to be low key.
No, I was living with my auntie. My auntie was very, very strict. I had to even be in the house, before the street lights went off. So
D-Mac said he
went
just
on.
got back from the shop.
And this whole time, I mean, I know you said you was gonna speak on it in a minute. Your mom has no idea.
D-Mac be
You're
everywhere.
you
boy.
just moved to
That
Fresno.
nigga moves
Your
around
mom
like
has no idea what's
nigga.
going on.
well, she didn't have any idea at that point. But when I came back to Oakland months later, that's when she found out what I was doing. So I was actually in the kitchen one night, me and two of my guys. So I had a glass coffee pot on the stove. I
Hey
was cooking up
man.
some ounces of
Hey, speaking of that, damn boy, thank you, man. That boy said I might got to give you a wrist because you put my mind back on track. Saying that comment. Speaking of that comment, man, it was a black hairstylist nigga who fell off a yacht and unalived himself. We might have to after this. We probably gonna get into that. We could. I don't know how long. I don't know, man. But I ain't tired. I slept all day. Yeah, man. It was a black famous hairstylist. I think it was. She fell off a yacht and got unalived. Yeah, that shit crazy.
Coke. I think 3 or 4 ounces of Coke. And so my mom came in the kitchen. She was in her room. She came in the kitchen.
I told you.
And so she said, well, what is this? What's this on my stove? I said, that's nothing, Mom.
I told you.
She said, well, if it's nothing, let me throw it down the sink. And she poured it down the sink.
Mm.
And then I explained to her later after my guys went home
Mm-hmm.
what it was. And
I'm telling you, OG
She
Jamal.
upset with you.
very upset because she had big dreams for me, since I was a kid.
So you moved back from Fresno. You said at the time you were broke. So you're back in East Oakland, starting from zero.
Man,
From zero.
just imagine, man, I love this story, fool. Just imagine, bro, your penmanship, your gift of gab can be so good that this lady gets hundreds of letters, maybe thousands of letters every week. And through all them letters, your penmanship gets this lady, reels this lady in, man. For you to becoming $1 million nigga. Man, come on, man. Come on, man.
How'd you get off your feet?
Come on, man.
Okay, so me and 3 of my guys, the first night I was back in East Oakland. So we got together and decided, let's go and rob drug dealers, because back then, either you were a drug dealer or you were a robber, and at that time, it was easy to go rob a guy for $100,000. I mean, it was that easy because everybody had big money, everybody, even females was making big money. So we robbed and kidnapped a guy, got 9 pounds of crack and held him for ransom, got another $50,000 in cash. So that's how I got back in. First night back in East Oakland.
Mm. So you robbed a guy, and then you had called I think you had called his people too to pick him up. So they gave y'all the 50,000 right then and there?
Well, so when we kidnapped him, he already had the crack with him, a bag of crack, not 9 pounds of crack. So we decided, okay, let's kill 2 birds with 1 stone. So we had him call his guy. I'm in a situation, I was gambling, I need X amount of dollars. Don't ask no questions. So later that morning, they came and bought us the money, and we dropped him in San Francisco.
Mm. Is that like the only person you robbed before?
It's the only robbery I've ever participated in.
Mm.
And I frown on vultures, because they they the bottom of the bucket as far as the hood is concerned. You know, so I have no remorse when they get killed because they're the bottom of the bucket.
Right. So do y'all split the money?
Yeah, we split it up equally. Yeah,
Okay, and then now you're back in the groove of things.
Right. Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
12,500 for each one of us.
Mm-hmm. So what comes after that?
I'm back in the game.
Just going hard.
I'm back in the game.
How much are you making like a lot of money off of it? Is it just
Well, the thing of it is, you could make as much money as the amount of product you have. I mean, especially during that time,
Hey,
they just go.
I'm telling
They
you.
just disappear. So if you had 1,000 pounds of crack,
Salute West
I
Side.
mean, it'd just go because
Jamal,
everybody was
I'm
doing crack.
telling you.
Like how, like in today's society, everybody drink. Back then, everybody was doing crack. You could set up on any corner, or whatever, and you sell out.
mm-hmm. Can you recall the most you made in one day?
As a youngster,
As a youngster?
maybe 5,000.
5,000.
But even that's not a lot of money.
It
compared
ain't.
to the
Yeah.
guys that were upper echelon, like
It ain't.
they could knock down 50,000.
Yeah.
Easy.
Apple
and
never
that was
doing
just
that shit.
a regular day for them.
Yeah. Have you took any L's? Did you take any L's around that age? People maybe stealing from you or getting robbed?
Yeah, well, taking losses in the game, the street game, that's a part of the street tax you pay. That's going to happen. No matter who you are, at some point in time, it's going to happen. Somebody actually broke in my house and stole my shoebox with my money in it. So, little things like that.
How much was that?
May have been 20,000.
Ooh.
And back that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You're a teenager. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You have an idea
These
who did it?
niggas teenagers got 20,000 in the
Gotta be
bag.
somebody close to you. Maybe a female, maybe.
Quite possibly.
Yeah. But you didn't dwell on it.
Nah, I mean, what can you do?
Mm.
Unless you're definitive about who did it, there's nothing you can do.
You're only
Yeah.
young, shit. You too young.
Did you ever go to
Take
jail
that.
or get caught up?
I've never been caught selling drugs. I've been caught with machine guns,
Wow.
other things, but never drugs.
Wow.
Never drugs. That's
That's
a blessing.
crazy. That's
Well,
that's
see, the thing of it
crazy.
is, you never sleep. Where you get down at. It's just something you don't do. If you come to my house, the worst thing you will find is a gun. No drugs though.
That's crazy, dude.
Do you think East Oakland has changed?
I thought this nigga was in jail or something.
East Oakland is a very
Mm.
beautiful and vibrant city. Black Panthers was started there. We had 3 championship teams there: the Oakland A's, the Oakland Raiders, and the Golden State Warriors.
Hey, he say he definitely
but
look
Oakland has
different.
gone through
Harlem.
transformation.
This
just
nigga
like
don't even look like the same nigga.
most of the country.
Mhm.
Urban America, I should say. It still has its bright spots, but it has many more dark spots these days. The youngsters, for instance.
Hey, but y'all gotta
No respect for
understand,
nobody.
man. They saying it's
You
rich,
know.
but y'all gotta understand. We talking about 20,000 out selling $20 rocks and $10 rocks. They wasn't them niggas wasn't selling no ounces. Them niggas was making 20,000, stacking up 20,000 out selling rocks. My nigga, selling rocks. It's the crack era, like the Reagan era. My nigga, it was hit different. Nah, it hit different, nigga. It was lines around these niggas' traps, my nigga. 20 in
respect
a
for
day.
nobody.
Now
No respect.
20,000 in a day ain't shit. Nigga, you got scammers. Nigga that make that scamming is the way of hustling shit. You got scammers that do 100 a day, 50, 60 a day. Like,
Their parents, they respect nobody.
yeah.
When I was a kid
If you
growing up,
pull a throttle on the
you respect
grind,
your
hell
teachers.
yeah.
Your principal, your elders in the community. But now they're killing the elders and robbing them, So I still love Oakland. That's going to always be my home, but a lot of people prefer not to go back to Oakland. But, that's going to always be my home until the day I die.
Mm. In the crack era, I read stories, I watched stories where, crack, cocaine, it really tore down the community. It was people where you'd see people who were nurses, doctors, over time, they will become totally different
Right,
people.
good time. I'm
You know,
telling
tell
you.
me
This is a
an
different type of
experience you
way.
had where you
Shit.
noticed somebody go from having everything to nothing because
That's
of
what I'm explaining to you nowadays. If you tell a youngster, man, you got to sit in the trap, nigga, with and sell dimes, nigga. You tell a young nigga that you got to sit in the trap and sell dimes. These young niggas want to skip that part. They want to go straight to the big part these days. You get what I'm saying? You tell them young niggas that they got to stay on the ship and they got to sit in the trap and sell dimes, but in the end, you going to get you a bag. They ain't going to want to do it. They going to want to do it their own way. You get what I'm saying? And they gonna want to get to the good part, straight to the good part, and it just don't work like that. This is a different
crack.
times.
This one OG guy. I would say he was a later mentor of mine. 86, 87, 88. His name was Donald. He was a boss. Had a house on the hill, Mercedes, Porsches. He was a boss. And
Nobody got no patience.
family.
No
His son was even a model. He started getting high, on his own product. And he lost everything. His family, his houses, his cars.
I'm reading y'all comments, man.
You never tried your own work? Like,
I've never been high one day in my life.
Never.
Yeah.
Never.
I'm just scared.
It's a beautiful thing.
Never.
It's a beautiful thing. And so I've never even tasted alcohol. I saw what alcohol did to my mom growing up after, her separation from my dad. So I promised, I would never drink. And I saw what drugs did to my sister and to the people I sold drugs to. So I've never smoked marijuana, alcohol, cocaine. I've never done anything.
Yeah, just as like with me, I'm scared to fall in love with it. Like I don't want to, you know what I mean? I don't even want to put myself in a predicament to even like it.
Yeah.
Because I'm the type of person, I'm a real loyal, 10 feet down dude. Once I like it, I love it. You know what I mean? So that's just my point of view on it. Why I've never tried it. Have you ever been tempted to try it though?
Not once in my life.
Wow.
Not once.
Strong person.
And that's on my mom's grave.
That's why that nigga was rich.
That's strong because you've been around it. Like
that's why she chose that nigga to
we live
run
two
him
totally different lives, but you were around that every day to not even try it.
Almost a majority of my life. And like my nephews to this day, like, you so fucking strong, man. Nothing bothers you. Death, nothing bothers you. It doesn't. I just live my life accordingly. Try to stay out the way, try to stay under the radar, take care of my kids, and that's it.
So how do you know your product was good? Did you have like testers, people who would come try it, or?
Well, back then, pretty much all cocaine was good. It was probably about the same. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it was about the same, and everybody wanted a high. So for something inferior.
This is why I like the story, Taylor Bell.
Back then, because it was coming straight in. Everybody had a lot of money.
What was your clientele like? Was it white people? Was it black, older, younger?
No, it was the dredges of society.
Yeah.
In the ghetto.
You from part 2.
So every day just booming, phone or pager going off, house ringing. Like was it like that, or was it like people knew where the house to come to?
Okay, well, I had one house, two houses.
The real deal.
Other places where I got down at.
Definitely Taylor.
So you can open up shop on any corner, they're gonna come.
Yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him. West Side.
Not the quality, but how big it was. So if you had the biggest rocks, or back then they called them hubbas.
Hubbas.
So if you had the biggest hubbas,
you got the biggest hubbas, man.
Just word of mouth.
Word of mouth.
Hey, what was that? What was that line that UGK said? I got them hubbas for the whatever he said. Y'all know it's a UGK line. Go listen to that old first UGK, nigga. They was talking about I got them hubbas for your ass. A quarter on your pipe and you can have a mega blast.
Nothing travels faster than.
Hey, yeah.
Did it ever become any tension between you and anybody else that was hustling? Maybe territory or?
To be honest with you, no, because everybody was getting money.
Everybody
was getting money, bro. Everybody was getting money. you know, youngsters getting money.
Niggas still
So it
Gucci
was no question,
glasses,
you know.
rolling on. You know
Until
what
you
I'm
know
saying? The niggas still
the police
looking
start
like
cracking
it's
down on
some
it. That's when
elite,
it got.
you know?
You say that's when it got like ugly a little bit. When
Well, the thing of it is, police, they've always
Way
cracked down
before
on it.
BMF. This shit was way before BMF.
But then they created special task force units where they just specifically targeted street guys. You know, they would pull up in Crown Victorias back then, you know, with all 4 doors open, jumping out, running, you know, and back then,
Nah,
police
they
brutality was
unalived
kind of like
her ass because
acceptable.
she wouldn't
You
follow
know, they could beat you
listen,
upside the head with their knife.
they unalived her, Miss Say, because she wouldn't follow the rules. Dog, one thing about them essays, you know, like it's some essays that don't fuck with blacks, period, bro. And it's them. You know, Colombians can speak Spanish and shit too. They kept telling her, stop giving the negro the dope. And she wouldn't. She was in love with the ham. You know, she was in love with him. She wouldn't stop. Nigga, they unalived her the same way that she created the scooter. They saying that this lady created the scooter drive-by. That was her favorite thing. Boys get on them scooters, go hop out, but pop out. You know, they kept telling her, stop giving the black guy the dope, bro. And she wouldn't. That's why she, you know,
Nightclub,
they
bust your head,
unalived her.
take you to jail, and then still charge you with the dope.
Mm-mm.
Nobody you can tell.
ain't
You know
nothing
what I'm
you can
saying?
do.
It was like legal. Like even back then, like if you get into a situation with your wife or your girlfriend, you know, you beat her up or whatever, you know, that's a family thing. So they just left it alone.
So
in the
one
Bay,
day
too.
you're
He was
watching
definitely in
TV
the Bay. He was,
and
yeah.
you see the
Westside.
news comes on, and it's a news report of Griselda Blanco. She was arrested, and you were really like intrigued by the
And
story.
definitely old, and she still
And
wouldn't
you wrote
follow
her
the
a letter.
rules. She felt
Yes.
like,
Can you take us through that
bro,
whole?
the lady would if you didn't follow her rules from her husband, bro, the lady unalived dang near every husband that she had. Every husband that she had, if he told her no or got caught cheating or something, she would unalive him. Every one of them, bro. She just felt like she had she was powerful. But the Medellin cartel, bro, the Medellin people was like, stop giving. We ain't tripping on you getting your paper. But see, you got to understand, this is the crack wave. When pay attention to Cocaine Cowboys. Snowfall. When a nigga showed them essays, the recipe on that we could cook it, that's when shit changed. They had to go to the niggas. I don't give a damn what Mexican you was. They was gonna go into them niggas streets because the niggas is the ones who had the recipe for that shit. And it was making millions. Salute, Monkey Man. It was making millions, bro. The essays had to tap in on that shit. They had to. It was no choice. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, people were still sniffing. But once them pots got to cooking, and that shit changed the whole game of shit.
Because it was one of your friends on the Cocaine Cowboys too that was like, I wouldn't have thought to do that. Like that was a genius move.
That's actually my son-in-law.
That's your son-in-law.
Yeah, he was married to my daughter who was killed.
Okay, my apologies.
Right on. Donovan D. Folks Kennedy. So that's actually like right around the time when we kidnapped and robbed a drug dealer. It was around that time. Saw on television, you know, and there were
go watch that
some women
shit,
drug
bro.
dealers, but
go watch it, fool.
I
Go
didn't know
watch
they existed to that
This is my
degree.
favorite show, nigga.
You know, that's like that's like cream of the crop, you know.
Bro, it's my favorite show. Go watch that shit, Westside, bro. You got to.
A light bulb went off in my head. Damn.
All right.
What if I could meet this woman one day? You know, and she could be that divide, you know what I'm saying, from me being a street dealer to me being a major dealer, you know what I mean? So, and I've always been extremely smart, you know. I aced my classes when I went, you know, aced my classes, English, science.
Yeah, bro, that's no problem.
So
Oh, I don't know why they took
several years
that
later,
hoe out there.
I met a
Shit.
woman who actually used to work for Griselda in Miami.
Everybody
She was a
okay.
Panamanian chick. And so I sat with her. I'm like, listen, I need you to do me a favor. I give you whatever you need. I need you to form a
Yes,
bridge between myself and Griselda
God
Blanco.
damn.
She said, okay. She said, I'll reach out. She's in prison, but I don't know exactly what prison she's in, but she's doing time. She got like 35 years, she said. So she found out where she was at. She was actually 20 minutes from my
Me
house in
too.
California.
Everybody
right
was mad at the end
Oakland.
of it. OG Jamal, nigga, that shit pissed a nigga off.
So she let me
man.
write her letter first. And then, you
I
can follow
watched
up.
this shit
She
over
wrote
and
a
over
letter
again, still to this day.
saying, this is guy, he's infatuated with you. He's a great guy. He, solid guy. So she wrote her. Then I wrote her, and she was receptive to what I said, and that's how I kicked off.
I got her.
She wrote you back, or did she call you?
I'm gonna ask.
Wrote me back
I'm gonna
originally.
ask y'all something.
Okay.
The first phone call I received.
I'm gonna ask y'all something, man, and y'all keep it funky with me. Do y'all think that the lady liked the way that the nigga wrote her, his knowledge and shit, or do y'all think that she just wanted some ham, and she knew that he was a hustler, that she could use him while she was in prison? So, do you really think that? Because I want to know, has she seen a picture of him or what? Or did she just read a letter? You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just saying, this lady, they say this lady got thousands of letters, dog. And out of all them letters, she chose to respond to this guy back, man.
Was around the 4th of July.
Yeah, it was a full package.
How long was that
Definitely.
from when she wrote you back?
It was several months because I was in the beginning of 1991.
Definitely.
And what was that first convo like?
Yeah, he got swag too,
well,
though. Definitely. Yeah.
Someone had called me from New York,
Nigga got swag.
informed me that Griselda would be calling me momentarily.
Yeah, nah, old school.
So,
So you could
it's
tell
okay, thank you, I
he
appreciate
was a
it.
Was you
dressed
nervous?
ass
Oh,
nigga.
very nervous. I was extremely nervous because this was my idol, for 5-6 years. So she called me. I answered the phone. She said, may I speak to Charlie? I said, this is me. She said, how are you? So, we talked. And maybe about 15 or 20 minutes.
I think it was.
But during the phone conversation, she was basically, it was more like an interview, and so obviously I passed because I got a second phone call. And so that's what really kicked it off.
Did she speak good English?
She spoke fairly good.
She knew she could trust him because he never been in trouble. No drugs.
And then y'all started
never been
talking
in
more
trouble.
and more.
Like
2 calls a day to 4 calls a day.
Like
and
I could,
that transpired to visits, personal visits.
What was it like the first time y'all seen each other?
So she called me.
I don't know what it's on. You got. I don't know. You just gotta find
she
it.
She said, Charles, it's time for us to meet in person. This is very important.
Yeah, it's on epic. Yeah,
Are you telling your friends? Are you telling anybody? Like, are you happy? Like, are you keeping it to yourself?
At that point, I kept it under wraps at that point. So,
because I would have told the whole hood, everybody would have.
That came later. But so like, I kept it under wraps. I went to the prison. Got there about 7:30. Visits from 8 o'clock
to
3 o'clock in the afternoon. Went through the metal detector. Escorted to the visit facility.
I seen it, nigga. I watched it when it first came out, nigga.
What if about?
I got cable,
maybe
nigga.
15 minutes so they could bring her in. And
it should be.
It was a surreal moment at that point because, like I say, that was my hero. And she walked over to me. We embraced, we kissed, and she sat down and we just talked for all those hours.
Did she tell jokes? Was she nice? Because when the name Griselda Blanco comes up, we get serious, we get mean vibes, we get gangster. You know, what was her personality like towards you?
Respected his honesty.
Griselda, she was very cordial. You know, of course, we know she was a gangster, but it was also another side of her as well. She was very cordial. She was very respectful.
No, I got K.
Crack jokes even.
Mm-hmm.
I got what's the name?
Did other people ever write her letters and stuff like that? Or
they call that shit.
From my understanding, yes.
You can
but
go
she
to
would
the
just
station.
come up and throw them away.
And then you can watch
She
whatever
just want to do her
on.
time, get out,
Get what this shit
and
called.
go back to Colombia with her family.
Mm. So, according to your Vlad interview, you've seen her hundreds of times, damn near. Like you went to the jail 100, like
300,
a lot.
300 to be exact.
300 times. Did any one time
300
stick out more
times?
than the other, or
300 times?
To be honest with you, no, because we had developed such an emotional attachment for each other. It was like you going to visit your girlfriend.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Now people don't got cable though,
so
bro.
y'all become boyfriend
I
girlfriend?
don't even watch that shit. I swear.
And there reports that
Bro, the only reason I had cable Westside is to watch Snowfall, BMF, Power, and sports, bro. That's it, nigga. And the car auction, the car station. Nigga, that's it, Westside. I pay that shit for nothing, nigga. I watch everything on here for. I swear to God, bro. My nigga, I got Apple TV. You know, I got Apple TV. The motherfucking that's why it's through the apps and shit. And it's through Time Warner. So I got cable, but to watch that shit, you can just go to the station and you can watch the shit that they had on the station like before. You can go back and like I forget what the fuck is that shit called.
Cheated on her and she put out a hit.
Dirty White
Is that true?
Yes. So like it was this Caucasian lady at the very first visit, actually. Her name was Amber. A very beautiful lady, blonde hair, blue eyes. Maybe about 5 feet 10 inches tall. So we slid into a conversation before Griselda came out because she was there waiting for her cousin to come out as well for the visit.
This nigga finna get caught up. Nigga finna get caught up trying to holler at
her. Board, so I called her. So we agreed to meet. So we started a relationship.
This lady was dangerous. She had people watching that nigga sell the drugs.
Take trips together.
This lady was dangerous. She had people watching him.
I was doing things I shouldn't have been doing.
And she was in prison.
With another woman. And
dangerous.
So her cousin, the one she would come to visit, confided in her cellmate. Once Amber told her, well, I'm with Charles, and everybody knew me, because everybody know Griselda in the prison. So she cautioned Amber, like, that's not a good thing because Griselda is very crazy and she's very jealous. She's territorial, so so that's not a good thing, not only for you, but for me, because I'm in here with Griselda. So and any enemy of hers, so you know how it go. If Amber's her enemy, her cousin's the enemy. So she gonna get the closest thing to Amber. So so the cousin confided in her cellmate. So the cellmate, most of them was loyal to Griselda. She said she wouldn't say anything, but she did. So she confided into this lesbian chick named Chical. She was from Cuba.
This nigga got the nigga caught up.
Chical told Griselda. And so that's when Griselda hired a private eye. And so followed us, documented some things that I shouldn't have been doing with Amber. And that's when she tried to have me killed.
Did she ever tell you? Did Griselda ever tell you that she knew that you?
She never told me until afterwards.
But she knew everything you were doing with her because the private eye.
Yes.
And when did she open up to you that she knows what's going on?
Okay, so after I got shot, I went to visit her in prison. And well, let's back up a little bit. So after I got shot, I'm recuperating at home.
And you got shot in Oakland.
Yeah,
that nigga went back to
so
go.
I'm recuperating at home.
That nigga need that money. Nigga.
So as you alluded to, I spoke to Griselda, 3, 4, 5, 6 times every day.
Yeah.
So the phone calls just went radio silent.
Yeah.
This was right after I got shot.
Yeah, nigga.
So that was kind of troubling to me.
Yeah.
So she called maybe 3 days later. Amber answered the phone because I was just going to let it ring. Amber answered the phone, so I got on the phone. So it was Griselda talking shit. I know you laying up in bed right now with a white bitch, the same bitch you've been cheating on me with.
Yeah.
If you don't come visit me tomorrow,
Ooh.
Those little guys, they're going to finish the job, right? In fact, look out your window. Look out the window. There was a car in front of my house.
Damn.
And it drove off. So I went to visit her the next day. She told me, you've been cheating on me with the white bitch. So you got to come clean now. You got to fess up right now.
Yeah, nigga.
And if you don't, you're not going to leave this prison alive.
Yeah.
And I knew she meant business because, the guards, they were, on her payroll. So they answered to her and not the other way around. So, we talking, and she got so upset that I was kind of like in denial. And so she grabbed me across the table, choking me across the table.
I just choked that nigga. In jail choking this nigga.
She said,
let me remind you. Let me
satisfied.
remind you, nigga, he banging her. They said $1,500 a visit. This nigga is banging this old lady. But she probably wasn't old then, but maybe she was old then. I don't know. Yeah, I think she was old then. He banging this old lady. You know what I'm saying? She go visit this nigga, find out he cheating. Nigga, she gonna choke this nigga. She make this nigga come see this. This nigga come. This lady she didn't send somebody to jump him or something, or break his windows or put his sides on fire. She sent somebody to sweep this nigga and then tell him to come see me. This lady is dangerous, nigga. That's a dangerous ass lady. Nigga, but he needs the money
use
too.
Some explicit language.
Yeah, nigga.
Don't ever do this again.
Cut the money out, nigga.
You said that to her.
These are Colombians. These ain't Mexicans. These are Colombians, man.
Everybody was looking.
Right.
It was an embarrassing moment for a man to get choked by a woman. But at the very same time, I'm still recovering from this bullet wound in my arm. So.
And that had nothing to do with you cheating, right? You getting shot in your arm.
Yes.
That's why I got shot.
That's when I got shot.
I thought that was your whole different.
No, that's when I got shot right here.
So that was from her.
Yeah, nigga.
That was, days before the visit,
nigga.
when she summoned me to the prison.
Were they trying to kill you, or was that a warning?
Well, to be honest
she
with
was
you,
around 36. You know
I was
what I'm
wearing a
saying?
vest. So, and the vest absorbed some of the bullets. So without the vest, I would have died.
That nigga was about to take that ham away from her, nigga. She was like, hell nah, nigga, you can't stop effing me now. You gotta start giving me
my
the
head is spinning. So
I'm gonna keep
you get shot. Okay, so let's back up. You get shot in your arm. Do you even know where that came from? Before you knew she was mad, did you even know that was from Griselda?
I had no idea. I had no idea. Zero idea. And I started having some thoughts and some suspicions, after the phone calls dropped off. 1 day and then 2 days, and like, it's kind of odd. I get shot, then, I don't hear from Griselda.
Do you think was she bipolar?
No.
I
She wasn't
nigga say
bipolar,
was
no.
she bipolar?
She was
Say she's
Griselle was
stupid.
very intelligent. You know, she was very intelligent. But
That
she was
lady
not
was
no
crazy.
ordinary woman. You know, the things that some women may accept, you know, she was willing to kill you over it.
That lady was crazy, man.
So you looked out your window when y'all were on the phone and you seen the car outside.
Yeah, I seen the car outside.
So she knew everything about where you lived
She knew
because you opened up to her as well. When
Yeah.
y'all, you know, she knew the shit she would tell you. You would tell her certain things.
Yeah, well, see that by that time I had moved. You know, I was in a much more affluent neighborhood, so she knew everything about me.
How did the white girl react? Did you tell her? Did she know? Did she try to kill her too? Or
okay, no. So over the course of the 3 days out of here from Griselda, you know, she was at my house. The white girl, Amber. You know,
her name would be Amber.
She told
right?
me. She said, you know, something happened to my cousin in jail. I'm like, well, what happened to your cousin in jail? She's like, well, she was beat up. And so
good morning,
like, that's kind of peculiar. You know, I guess how your cousin get beat up. So, and then she told me, she said, well, I told my cousin that I was dating you. I'm like, why the fuck would you do that? So then my suspicions went through the roof. And as I suspected, Griselda had known about it because she told her cousin.
So she chokes you at the table, you cuss her out. Do y'all get back closer again, or is it kind of it's never the same?
Well, so after she calmed down a bit, and I asked her, I'm like, Griselda, have I ever been dishonest with you? Have I ever stolen anything from you? Have I ever betrayed you? Aside from sleeping with a white bitch, I said I've always been on the level with you, you know, always. You know? And so her anger kind of dissipated.
She choked that nigga at the table, nigga, about that white girl, man.
She said, "I'll forgive you, but
for real, dog.
There cannot be any more reoccurrences of this behavior." So we shook hands, we hugged, and that was the end of that.
So wait, after you've been shot already. Like you felt wrong, right? Like rightfully so.
Nigga up.
Of course.
Bro, she shot me up. Didn't tell me that this can't happen no more. Girl, what if they would have unlocked me? This wouldn't have been happening no more, period. So, was you just trying to scare me or something? You know what I'm saying? Maybe she was just trying to scare him, you know what I'm saying? Because this is crazy. Like, but you need the money again, man. I need the plug. She ain't played me back.
But at the end of the day, I'm a man.
Just to say, he's telling the same story 20 years later. That's how I know it's the truth.
Did you explain that to her?
Well, I told her, I said, you know, it's not that I loved her, you know, it's that
this is a Griselda Blanco.
I can't be with you anytime I want to. You know, we have to have engaged in stolen sexual moments. You know, well, we have to pay $1,500 each time. So
I told y'all.
I can't have.
Didn't I tell y'all, bro? When I read the book, it said that lady would pay $1,500. That why you think he had so many business? He said he seen the lady over 300 times. Think about that. He's seen the lady over 300 times, and it's $1,500 to bank her every time he want to bank. Man, that lady was spending bread with the prison, bro. That lady was the king queen. She was the king queen, like the queen pen. That's what they call it. Yeah, the queen pen. This lady was the real one. She was that. Like, I'm gonna get my rocks off, and I will pay $1,500, and I want a black guy, a black guy, a hood dude,
You know, at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. So what am I
Yeah.
supposed to do? I'm a man.
And what did she say?
She's like, I understand that, but
Salute, D Shell.
your loyalty is to me first and foremost.
Yeah.
She said, because at the end of the day, those bitches that you're running with, or the bitch you was running with, you know, she's not gonna do anything for you, or not as much as I've done for you.
I'm
Which
telling
is
y'all,
true.
it is true. I keep telling you,
Were you still fucking
the
up?
nigga poor. Listen, we talking about, this is not like where you could say fuck this plug and go fuck with another plug. Bro, these are the kings. The Medellin cartel, Griselda. This is the top. This is as far as it goes as then. So what this lady could do, she could, once she cut you out, first, she could unalive. She gonna try to unalive you first off. But as far as you getting some work from somebody else, it's not gonna happen. She gonna cut that out. She'll probably unalive the people you trying to get some work from. Hey, that's how dangerous she was. Yeah.
Other women on the side?
Mm-hmm.
Very rarely. You know,
I know
I'm-
you were
Nigga need
scared
that
as
money.
shit though, looking through the
thing of it
bushes,
is-
looking under the car.
Absolutely. You know, and the thing, you know, I'm
Mm-hmm.
a young man. You know, I'm in my 20s, my mid 20s, my early to mid 20s.
She
You know,
was
at that age, it
36.
did get hard if the wind blow too hard. You know?
He 26 or something. She 36. You know?
I mean, this woman is powerful. Like,
Exceptionally powerful.
I mean, guys that can just sit outside your house and
Yeah.
know your whereabouts. I mean, you're a respected guy in East Oakland, California. I mean, what were some things that were you ever blown away on how powerful she really was? Like, what were certain things that you witnessed of her power?
Okay, so
Yeah,
I received a call early one morning.
She unalived all her husbands. Every husband that told her no or did something she
For
didn't
me
want
to
them to do, she
go to Colombia.
unalived their ass.
So, you know, I was informed that some tickets are waiting for me, American Airlines. So I went to Colombia. I met up with my host. And so we took a ride.
Yeah, she unalived like 3 of her
down to the
husbands.
valley, a 2-hour ride outside
Like
of
3 of them.
Medellin, where it was nothing but forest and brush and all that shit. And so I went to what you call
He the only
stash
one that
house.
survived. That crossed her, that
just
had
a
sex with
cinder
that
block
lady.
building in the middle of
He the
nowhere.
only one that
right?
survived. How? I
And,
don't know.
Went in the stash house, and there's maybe 3,000 kilograms of cocaine on pallets.
Real
from the
fatal
floor to the
attraction
ceiling.
type of
Would
stuff.
that fill up this room?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
You gonna make some money, but
And
you
so,
never know. Watch what happens. Or
and
you get caught cheating.
that was the nerve
Watch
center
what
of
happened.
her business. And that blew me away. This woman is in prison doing a 35-year sentence, federal sentence,
Federal.
and she's still running the show.
Running the show.
That blew me away. That's power.
It's power.
How many people were? Can you recall on how many people were like working this house or there protecting it?
It was maybe about,
You gotta
about 12 guys there. They were all dressed in army fatigue.
You gotta remember she had sons though. By this time, her sons even grew to love this nigga. Like her sons even grew to like this. Y'all gotta remember that he a gangster from on the streets, on in the ghetto off top. So they gangster in they type of country in their own way. So it's like gangsters start to respect gangsters. Her sons started to respect him too. It was just how it went. He in the pictures. The sons in the pictures hugged up with this nigga just like she is. Swear to God.
You know, it was a table with radios that they kept in contact. And actually, while I was there, a plane actually landed. You know what I'm saying? It was a little landing strip, and loaded up maybe 300 keys, and he took off back to the States.
Does she ever
around 200 people,
like,
man?
Because did you go out there for business purposes, if you don't mind me asking?
See, she and I had become so close.
Hey, y'all remember the Dade County Mall incident? It's one of the biggest mass shootings. You can look it up, Google it, in Dade County Mile, which is in Miami. You know, the land of cocaine. She had her hands was on that. Her hands was on that mass shooting. Look it up. Her hands was on that shit. Nigga. This lady was crazy. Was
She
deadly.
wanted me to experience everything.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, because I seen videos of saying that she made you a millionaire. Is that true?
45 days after that first meeting in prison, yeah, I was a millionaire.
45
45 days.
That nigga said 45 days, man.
Break that down for me.
Okay, so when I met her that Saturday at the prison for the
Hey,
very first
let's
time,
go, man.
I stayed there 8 hours from 8 to 3. So that's
Hey, that nigga slung some ham for 45 days. Slung some ham. Y'all know what I mean when I say slung some ham. Let me slow it down. He had sex with the lady. In 45 days, he became a millionaire. Would you? Would you? Would you? Hey, would you?
7 hours, stayed there. Okay, so during our meeting,
Come on, man. You a male
she told me that
prostitute.
she would do anything that I asked of her. You know, she said, you know, what can I do for you to make life better for you and your kids? You know, name any price and, you know, I'll make sure you have it. I'm like, well, I won't accept any money from you. But, you know, if you can give me, you know, some snow or cocaine, I'll make you proud of me. And she's
Let's
like, well,
go.
how much are you talking? Because I can definitely make that happen. I said, you know, let's I just threw them out there. Let's go with 50 keys. I expected to say, no, well, I'll give you 10. She said, okay, I'll make it happen, no problem.
50.
Yeah, 50 keys. So on a whim, or if only to prove to me that, you know, she still had the juice. So she made it happen. So the very next day, the dope was delivered to my house in East Oakland.
The very next day.
The very next day,
Next
Sunday.
day.
What's going through your mind? I mean, are you telling friends? Are you telling fans? Is this because what's going through your mind, man?
Okay, so like, what's going through my mind is this. All throughout my life, everything I've put my mind to, I've been able to conquer it, right?
I see
So
that.
this was just another one of those plans I had that came to pass, right? And so of course I was very jubilant, but it was not unexpected that I would do this, because anything I put my mind to, I was always able to accomplish it. But yeah, in my mind at that very moment, I was the man in my mind.
How do you disperse 50 keys?
Okay, so like back then, as I was telling you, everybody in Oakland had money. Everybody in Oakland had money. You know, 100,000 laying around here.
Me too.
300,000 in the trunk of your car. So, you know, I put the word out, you know, I got keys and this is the price of them. So they went maybe 10 days, it was all gone because everybody had money.
And that turned into $1 million, or was it more?
Well, okay.
It's
so
cocaine.
How much was
everybody
net worth back then?
Okay, so I made $2 million.
Oh, this a cocaine era. Then too is California. Come on, man. This Hollywood. Come on, bro. You know them white folks was getting cocaine out. You go look at the motherfucking Snowfall. That's how the nigga ran into the shit. That's how the nigga Franklin even ran into doing the shit. Hey, Hollywood, my nigga. A white lady shooting porn videos needed some. He went to the plug. Nigga told the plug, say, nigga, I don't sell nothing smile. Nigga told the nigga front him a key. And the plug looked at this nigga like, nigga, you know this is grown-up business, nigga. Hey, nigga say, I need mines tomorrow. This same time tomorrow. Man, they got that brick and didn't know what to do with it. Took it back to his uncle. His uncle said, where the fuck did you get that from? Let me remind you, the uncle had a water house. The uncle was selling sticks, fry sticks, wet. churn, my nigga. So a person dropping that much work into the hood, even though it's just one key, bro. And like at that moment, man, that nigga told that nigga get the fuck out of here with that shit, man. Y'all gotta go watch Snowfall, man. It's hey, man,
Off those
it was
50
a
keys.
lifestyle.
2 million. So she
Everybody
gave me
had money
10%.
in
So I
Hollywood.
made
then,
200,000
man,
in
shit like
commission,
that.
right? So 2 weeks later, I was in New York. I did another big deal. Another $200,000. That's 400,000. And then weeks after that, no, actually a week after that, I was in Miami with her biggest contact in the United States. He was a Cuban guy. I won't say his name, but he was a Cuban guy. So he ordered, I want to say 300 keys.
Damn.
And so I got my commission from that.
Damn.
So and then I did another deal a week after that.
300.
Maybe a week and a half after that, another big deal. So and then that put me at $1 million and all that in the span of 45 days.
Damn.
Do you keep it going with her business wise, or you just run it up and then?
Okay, so I did business for her, but I still conducted my own business. You know, so I had two sources of income, but of course, hers was the biggest because
Yeah, of course. I see why she shot you now, because she put you in position to win,
and I cheated on her.
It's like you
I
betrayed her.
Mm-hmm. You did, nigga.
So it's like, I helped this dude out.
Yeah.
And then not only that, just by nature, Latina women are very jealous and territorial.
That's true. No.
So I shook her head.
So
now he said he never got
my
caught
mind's blown right
drugs.
now.
He only went to jail for guns, never got caught selling drugs. That's what make him like.
I mean,
this story is like.
She introduced you to her kids,
story.
Right? Her son.
Yes.
I told you.
And y'all were extremely close.
Extremely close. Yes.
And I think even one, I don't know if it was one of her sons or brothers that said that they never liked you.
That was actually her oldest son, El Negro.
El Negro. That was Dixon.
Rest in peace to Dixon.
Dixon.
He just passed maybe 4 months ago.
Natural causes or
I heard he had some health issues in his later years, so I don't know the full details.
He said he never liked you.
Yeah, he never liked me. That's like, for instance, like you, for instance, your mom is going with a 19-year-old credit card scammer. I don't think you're gonna be too fond of
that. Nah, nigga.
I didn't hang with my mom. You're too young for my mom.
You're too young.
What's your motherfucking motive?
Cause like, okay, like the dealings afterwards when she was 36, Jamal, that was at the end. Like he had been probably been dealing with this lady for probably about 6-7 years. It was probably like 21 messing with this old lady, man. Like, and she was giving the nigga all them drugs, man. Like, this is crazy.
You think also you were black too?
Oh, yeah. Of course, that played a big role.
Yeah,
they don't fuck with black people.
Colombians don't associate with blacks. No more.
I told you that. I told you that. They don't do business with the blacks. That's the reason why she is unalive right now. Because they told her, stop giving the black person the work. And she was like, nigga, F y'all. Nigga, he making me money and he giving me good sex and he's respecting me. You can't. Yes, we can, girl. You're a big thing, but we'll take you out. And that's exactly what they did. The same way she took people out is the same way they took her out on them scooters.
This time, were you kind of paranoid about
he was young, fucking with her, fool?
No, because the more money you get, the more invincible you think you are. So you untouchable. You know, especially when you go from having nothing to $1 million, to $1 million. You're untouchable. You're invincible.
Yeah,
what about
young nigga there.
Do you still have to look over your shoulder?
Absolutely not.
You know,
and the thing of it is, to be totally honest, the last few years I've been to 65 countries, right? I go by
You
myself.
said he was
No
19.
security. I fear nobody, nowhere. If it's meant to happen, it's going to happen.
And now this is
don't
a
dwell
true
on it.
story.
Like for instance,
Definitely
so
a
like
true story.
I was actually banned from Colombia for a number of years because of my association with Griselda.
Mm,
So the ban was lifted.
mm.
The travel ban was lifted by the
Mm.
Minister of Tourism in Colombia, February 2018.
That's crazy.
So I immediately purchased a round trip ticket to Colombia.
This
I
nigga
wanted
crazy.
to go and to Griselda's grave and have final closure, right?
Damn.
So my family and everybody I knew was telling me, don't go to Colombia because you're not going to come back
He
alive.
might not come back.
I said, well, if that's the plan,
This
that the
nigga
universe has for
crazy,
me,
bro.
so be it. I accept it. I don't fear nobody. So I went there and I have a really good friend. He's like my brother. His name is Juan. We've been friends for like 18 years. He's Colombian. So he told me, he said, Charlie, he said, Popeye's out of prison, or Papaya, which is Escobar's top hitman, killed like maybe 3,000 people.
Yes, they
Papaya
do.
He
I
killed
know.
3,000 people.
3,000 people, yeah. And that's a conservative estimate,
I told you,
including
3,000 people.
Avianca airline, and killed all 200 and some odd people that was on board.
Yeah, yeah.
So he said, Papaya, he wants to meet you. He's very fond of you. I said, okay, let's make it happen. So I arrived in Colombia.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to Medellin. I went to my hotel. So Juan called me. He said, Charles, Papaya cannot meet with you because he's in Bogota.
Mm,
So I said, okay, no problem. Don't worry about it.
mm.
So the next morning, about 5 o'clock in the morning, Juan calls. He said, Charles, Papaya wants to meet with you at the cemetery. So I said, at the cemetery at 5 in the morning? He's like, yeah. I said, I'm gonna have to pass.
And this is a guy that killed 3,000 people.
Yes.
I think was gonna put you in there.
The Pablo Escobar faction. I was on
Nigga,
Griselda's
aight.
faction. So,
Nigga, no, nigga, they
so
don't.
we enemies just by
They
association.
enemies just by association.
So I'm like, no, I'm gonna have to
Hell
pass on it. So
nah, brother. Not
he's
no
okay, don't worry.
yeah.
So later that day, Juan called me. And mind you, Juan's a good guy. I trust him with my life. He's a good guy. He's like my brother. You know what I'm saying? So Juan called me. He said, Charles, Papaya is at the mansion and he wants to meet you. I said, okay, cool. Where's the mansion?
You didn't think this was a setup at all?
I'm getting to that.
Okay, my bad.
No, you good.
let him land, nigga.
So
Bitch ass.
I said, okay, so where's that? So I'm with this chick who I've been knowing for a number of years, right? She's Colombian, born and raised in Medellin. So we were eating on the outskirts of Medellin,
right,
a nice little sidewalk cafe. So when Juan called me, he said, Papaya wants to meet you. We're at the mansion. I said, okay, cool. He's like, where? I said, I'm at this roadside cafe, in such and such sector. He said, what a coincidence. We literally 1 minute from there. The mansion is 1 minute from there. And mind you, this chick is the one who suggested we eat here. So now my antennas go up. Not because of Juan, because like I said, I trust her with my life.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering, did
This
she
chick
have something to do with
this
been in
chick.
contact with Papaya? And Juan not even know about it?
Man.
So two guys came on a motorcycle.
Mm.
And in Colombia, that's how they get you.
Yeah.
The guy on the back seat. So they came on a motorcycle. And so we're driving up the hill, going to the mansion. So I'm looking at the bitch next to me. And she looking at me like almost like suspicious, but I don't know if I was being paranoid or not. It looked like she was looking suspicious to me, right?
Crazy.
So, and the two guys on the motorcycle in front of us, the guy on the back, is talking to him, talking to him,
Living fucking
then it
legend.
would look back,
Definitely a living legend.
talk to him. So I'm watching everything, right? So we made it to the mansion. The security gate opened up, electric security gate opened up. We went in, they closed behind us. So I parked, and so they follow us. So went up the stairs. And I actually got video of this too. If you want some video of it, I got video of it. So we went up the stairs. And so as I'm going up the stairs, I look to the left, and it's the big dining room window. And Popeye was sitting right there. I saw the back of his head. So I went in, we greeted each other, which I'm gonna give you the video. We greeted each other, told each other how fond we were of one another.
Was Juan there?
Yes, Juan was there. Yeah.
And was the girl there too?
She was there too. And so so we talked for maybe 20 minutes in the dining room area. And then Popeye suggested, and mind you, it was like 6 other guys there, and most of them are bodybuilders, right? Big guy, big Colombian guys. And so I'm just looking at everybody, right? I'm looking at everybody, but I'm cordial, smile on my face. I trust my guy Juan with my life, right?
Why do you trust him so much?
Because over the years he's gained my trust.
Shit.
For years after Griselda was murdered, I would call Juan, please put some flowers on Griselda's grave for me. He would do it. Juan, do this for me, do that. He would do it. No problem, boss. Consider it done. Great guy. He's never changed all these years. In fact, I'll call him when we wrap this up. You can meet him. So Popeye suggested, Charles, let's take a picture in the living room area, right? So I said, okay, cool, let's do it. So we went in there. It was a ottoman, what you put your feet on.
Mm-hmm.
So he told me, because he speaks Spanish, he's like, sit here, and then I'm gonna come behind you, and I'm gonna take a picture like this, with my arm around your neck. So I don't let my kids put their arms around my neck, and I'm gonna give you the picture so you can put in your B-roll footage.
Hey,
So
this nigga Vincent say he lies. Hey, that nigga say he gonna show you the picture. What you gonna do? See, I should have loaded the pictures up so you could see. Man, the nigga is not lying about nothing, bro. Bro, you think he gonna lie about these people so these people can come unalive him? Man, listen, bro. The son was still alive. The son could have still took this guy out. The son just got deceased a few months ago. He could have been took him out. It wasn't about that, bro. This man was respectable, bro. Yes, bro.
like,
this is for real, dog.
This
is not no play stuff, bro. This is not this new wave stuff,
right?
Yeah.
The bitch. I wasn't worried about Popeye because
he
was little, right? Because all I had to do was just ram back and ram him into the wall, right? So I wasn't worried about him, worried about these other dudes, right? And I knew Juan would have been a part of it. It would have been something that they snuck in behind his back, you know what I'm saying? So I sat down. He took the picture, arm around my neck. And it was cool. It was cool, it was cool. We sat on the couch. We conversed for about maybe 2-3 hours, just conversing, the old days, about Griselda, about Pablo, how they're both 2 of the richest ones in that cemetery, which was true. We wouldn't play pool. We went to the guest house and played pool, upstairs. Had a great time. So it came time for us to leave. Everything was cool. So gave everybody, goodbye hugs. Me and Chick, we got in the car. So we get to the gate, getting ready to leave. And so it's an electronic gate. So the gate opened up. So when the gate opened up, there was 2 guys on a motorcycle there.
Same guys?
No, some different guys.
20 years later, bro.
And so they were just waiting. So I'm like, damn. I said, this is it. I wasn't scared of nothing. I said, this is it. This is it. This is it.
You were sure?
I'm going to say something.
I put that on my mom. I was 100% positive. So I drove out the gate real slow. So as I'm driving out the gate, they didn't even drive in yet. So they watched me drive out. So I made the little right turn to go down the street. And so I'm thinking about mine. If they turn around, I'm just gonna throw this motherfucker in reverse and smash him, right? So I'm driving, looking in my rearview mirror, driving slow like 5 miles an hour because I'm gonna throw this motherfucker in reverse and hit it. They never came and the gate closed.
Nigga.
So then I went back to the hotel. So I said all that to say this. I'm not afraid of nobody, nowhere. I'm not the baddest guy in the world, but I'm fearless.
It ain't about, and this is after this is what I'm gonna get right here. One thing about hustling is a chance. You taking chances. You chancing putting your money on the line, buying something, chancing to make the money. You notice in these big stories, the niggas who had the money, how you gonna be the king of something if you don't go to the countries where it come from? You get what I'm saying? Them niggas gonna go. They're gonna go over there. Hey, they're gonna go. We just some stupid dumb motherfuckers. You know, we grow up in the hoods, nigga, in the streets. Man, like, nigga, he felt like he owed that lady, man. To go to that lady grave, he owed that lady. She put him in position. He felt like he had to go to that lady gravesite himself and pay his respects. Man, this man, something bad could have happened to this man doing this, fool. Like,
There's two things
something really bad
that I've never seen.
Now, do y'all realize there's people who going over there on vacations and not coming back? People who don't got nothing to do with drugs going up to Colombia on vacations and not coming back, period. And this is why.
A bitch that I would give money to for some pussy and a man that I fear. I've never seen that in my life.
Hey, hold on. Man, that nigga says two things in life. It's hey, say, man, I'm with that, man. I can definitely dig that. Hey, man. Hey, man, I ain't buying sex. I ain't buying no coochie. And I ain't scared, definitely ain't scared of these humans. Hey.
So even wine, so like, Charles, are you sure you don't need security? I get you security $200 a day. I'm like, I'm fine.
Hey, man, I'm not trying to be biased or nothing, but them Colombians are way more deadlier than any gang member there is, man. We talking about people who got armies behind them. I'm talking about people who wear fatigues and camos and shit like that. Like, that shit is worse than any gang member, nigga, there is, nigga. Remember that.
And I was good. So since then, I've been going back and forth. You know, life is what it is. You know, I've never made enemies in my life because they say karma's a bitch. You know, she always got a way to find you.
I'll tell you.
I've never made enemies in my life. You know, I've brokered more peace treaties than I created enemies. You know what I'm saying? And I've been fair with everybody. You know, I treat everybody with respect, no matter who they are, whether they are a king or a street sweeper. I treat everybody with the same amount of respect.
In Colombia, do you stick out like a sore thumb because you're black?
Well, not because I'm black, because I'm so famous in Colombia. You know, you have to understand that they had a telenovela, a soap opera.
Telenovela.
It's called The Black Widow. And in that series, was just Cocaine Cowboy 2 in general. You know, we reached a wide audience, you know, Central South America.
I told you that shit real, man. I say that shit all the time, Miss Battalion.
You know, it's a wonderful thing, you know. You know, I've been greeted with nothing but respect all these years. Nobody, not one person has ever disrespected me in my face, because if a person does that, either they have to kill me, I'm gonna kill them. You know, respect is a very big thing to me. I value that more than money.
Does Griselda, does she still have a team? And in so many words, should I say, the people, her crew or organization or whatever, is it years after she passed, was it still intact or?
No, actually, you know what, to be honest with you, so like When she got out of prison after 19 years, I still had a lot of money, but me and her, we weren't on speaking terms anymore. So she got out in 2004, June to be exact. And so her entire organization, for lack of a better word, was disbanded. So she got out the game rich, still had power, but that structure of her organization had been disbanded.
Hey,
Do you remember where you were at when you heard the news that she was killed?
Actually, I was at home. Juan called me.
now she in the red dress. The
Answered the
devil.
phone. He called me from Medellin.
The devil, OG Jamal.
He's like, boss, Griselda was just assassinated coming from the butcher shop. So I knew before anybody knew.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
what was your initial reaction?
My initial reaction was felt like I got hit in my chest with a sledgehammer, to be honest with you. I mean, it just it hit me hard because this was a woman who I spent, a great deal of my life with, a woman who I admired for so many years. And by this time, she's a grandmother. She's 69 years old. She's a grandmother.
69 years old and they took her out. Like 69.
I go back to karma.
So you telling me this lady that went decades giving out work to black folks and stuff like this, decades now, breaking the rules, saying F y'all rules, nigga, I'ma do what I want to do. Like they took her out at 69 years old, man, from a drive-by.
So karma might be slow, but karma is absolute, So it was a sad day for me and a lot of other people.
But she can't be so ugly, man, for real.
Do I miss her now? Of course I do. She was a very intricate part of my life. So, but it is what it is. We all got a date. So
Yeah. I mean, they said she was responsible for between 40 and 200 murders. You believe that?
Yeah, that's actually a fact, but it was maybe 250 to 300 murders. And that's just in Miami.
Bro, that's just in Miami. We talking about niggas running off on the plug, trying to do that shit in the 80s. That shit wasn't going. It wasn't no. Why do y'all think that the Colombians passed the work to the essays? See, this is the way that it wasn't no Mexico. Nigga, what? Nigga, they wasn't running shit then, nigga. These people was running in the shit then, bro. So all that running out on them and now they gon' hey, you tell her no or something, just say you got some shit shaking. She present a business deal to you, tell you, man, she gonna front you this and that, and you be like, nah, I'm doing good myself. I got a plug. She gonna unalive you and take your spot. Hey, that's the type of shit she on. Yeah, this was different. They handed the work to the essays because the essays was as violent as they is. But these people was violent though, bro. These people, like, they come hop out with them Uzis, man, with the Uwops, my nigga, and they will handle business wherever. Like gun battles. That Miami, they say that all them motels was built because of cocaine, man. They say that we want to go to Miami, the shit that we like to see. Them big old motels and all that shit on it. It's built from cocaine, man.
Before we get out of here, because I would love to do a part 2.
Caught a first body at 13 or 14 years old.
Part 2 always.
Most def. It's estimated that she made around $8 million a month.
80 million.
80 million. He not understand that she is the king. This is the top. It's only once you get to her, it's only a few other people that's above her. You get what I'm saying? Is it you at the stop? You at it don't. That's why that nigga had to follow the rules, bro. She could cut everything out. cut the water off, nigga. Like it don't get no higher than this. Like he said, 8 million. Man, listen, they was responsible for everything that was getting into the United States. Like everything, they was responsible for all that. Now the Medellin cartel was responsible for getting everything into the United States.
More than $1 billion
Straight through
a year
Miami.
in Miami at her peak.
Nigga.
$1 billion with a B.
And she told you
He
this.
said
Yes,
with a
absolutely.
B. Yeah.
What about when you knew her when she was in jail? I mean, it wasn't her peak, but
$50 million a year.
50
And
million a year.
That's being locked up.
That's being locked up. She made 50 million.
I like how you played the long game too, because you said you never asked her for money.
Never asked her. When she offered, I declined it.
She would offer you money sometimes?
Well, in the very beginning, she offered me money. I
Cause
said, well, I don't.
I'm
so
not a
much want money,
prostitute. I'm not a
put me in the game so I
prostitute,
can make
man.
my own money.
Put me in the
Give
game.
me some snow. Give me some cocaine.
Put
I'll
me
make my own
in
money.
the
I'll make you proud
game.
of me at the same time.
For
which I
real.
did.
Watch me shine, baby. Watch me get my
what-
shine
like,
on.
You said y'all stopped talking after 04, right?
No, we actually stopped talking in
Yeah, she went back
97.
because you know once you get in trouble over here, like you from other countries, they give you papers and you come over here. You know the shit that's going on with the shit that Trump doing to the immigrants right now. When you get in trouble over here like she did, they gonna bang you, and she was forced to go back there. She didn't want to go back there. She knew what was gonna happen when she went back there. She was forced to go back there.
And get your act right.
They did
So
it.
what happened? So her top hitman was this guy named Jorge Rivi Ayala. So he committed a number of murders for her, like maybe 60 murders just in Miami alone. So he was already doing life in prison for some previous murders in the 80s. So they tacked some more murders onto him where he was looking at the death penalty. So he agreed to cooperate, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she got indicted. He pegged her maybe a dozen murders. They charged her with 3 of the dozen. So at that point, well, even before they charged her, though, so it was a secret indictment, or a secret grand jury testimony, I should say.
Her security guard
So
snitch.
we found out about it on actually a conference call. And so she came up with a harebrained scheme. Her son even talks about it with Vlad. He confirms.
Yeah, and that's the global.
She
Yeah,
enlisted me to help kidnap John Fitzgerald Kennedy Jr. in New York, hold him hostage until they release her. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So FBI got wind of it.
Wait, she wanted y'all to kidnap John Kennedy Jr.
John Kennedy Jr.
Yeah, that's how he. Hey, you heard what he said. Look what what's the name said. He said, "Is this the guy from the cocaine?" He said, "Is his vocabulary?" Yeah, I think that's what got her. Remember, he said she read the letter, and OG Jamal like, yeah, he think it was the letter too, because she probably never seen a picture of him or what he looked like or nothing. So the way he talk is probably, just think about the way he writes. You know,
It came from Colombia.
Yeah.
On false passports.
Yeah,
so
definitely.
they were part of the team.
And your name was in it?
Absolutely. They came to my house. Feds came to my house. So that's how we broke up. So from there, they transferred her from federal prison to county jail in Miami, right? They hit her with the murders.
Oh yeah, she got unalived the same way. They did a drive-by on her, same way she used to do everybody else on the scooter.
It was the secretary.
Jumped on the scooter, called her up out in the what's her name, and they did hopped on the scooter and got her.
Prosecutors' phone calls.
Yeah, the sex.
Yes, Reeve would call often to start witness against her, and so they developed a phone sex relationship.
Yeah,
and so that blew the whole case up. So they offered her a deal, 20 years for 3 murders.
Damn.
So she basically beat it. So that was 97. She did additional 7 years on 3 murders because she was sentenced under the old guidelines of 1/3 of your sentence. So if you got 30 years, you did 10 years. So she got 20. She did right at 7 years. She got out June 2004. And, was just living a life as a grandma, cooking for the family. And she had a really great big house. I seen some B-roll footage of that as well.
Yo, you should write a book.
Right.
You did write a book?
Hustle with the God Money.
It's out?
I'm actually revising right now, but it was out.
You should write it.
We did.
I need
Can you
that.
download copies, Mike? Yeah, Mike's got his own personal
I
copy.
read some other shit.
Yeah, it made a lot of noise, bro.
Yeah, I'd buy.
No,
I'd buy one.
I'll give you 10.
Yeah, I want to buy. I would support. I just want to support.
Yeah.
Before we leave though, I guess her son did an interview with Vlad and said that you were lying about the 50 keys. Do you want to speak on that?
Well, only thing I would say about that, he was misinformed. Griselda, no, I know. That's my story. That's her story. So, just because somebody does something don't mean that you're informed. Don't mean they're going to tell you every little thing that they do. So, much respect to Michael. I hope he make $100 million. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no animosity toward nobody. I do me. I let them do them. And wherever the cards fall, let them fall. But I'm a man at the end of the day. And ain't nobody going to take that from me. I'm going to always defend myself. But like I said, Michael's a good guy. Nothing but love for him. I love him. He's been a part of my life for more than 30 years. So I wish him and his family well.
Yeah.
As I'm sure he wished me and my family well.
Have y'all spoke since?
I talked to Mike last year. I actually spoke to Vlad, and Vlad agreed to give him an interview. So
yeah, that's dope. Very, very last thing. Pablo Escobar put a hit out on you and Griselda. Am I right about that?
No, Escobar put a hit out on Griselda back in her Miami days.
Okay.
So it was this guy who had got out of prison. He was in prison. He was Griselda's like, they were arch enemies. I mean, he was just as ruthless as she was. He was a dark-skinned Colombian. His name is Octavio Papo Mejia. So when he got out of jail, according to Papaya, which is Escobar's top hitman, according to Papaya told me from his own mouth. I'll give you the footage. You can roll it on as B-roll or whatever. That when Papo got out of prison, when he was deported back to Colombia, his biggest dream was to kill me and Griselda Blanco. That was his biggest dream.
Escobar.
No.
Oh, the hitman.
Yeah, Octavio Papo Mejia. His biggest dream was to kill me and Griselda. That's what he lived for. I showed you the footage earlier, remember?
Yeah, I just for the interview purpose.
It's never been seen before.
How did that make you feel though when you heard that?
I didn't feel no type of way. As you saw, I just asked, well, where's he at now? Because I want to know, is he still alive? Is he within reach for me? Do I got to get him before he get me? You know what I'm saying? So my first response was, okay, wow, where's he at now? And so Papaya was like, okay, I'm gonna get to it. So he came back to Colombia to send the keys to the States, back dealing. And so he was driving his truck one day, right? Papa. And he had an accident and he died.
Like you say, karma.
Karma is slow, but she's absolute.
Man, Charles Cosby, man, this was a classic. Hopefully we can run it back.
Hey, that was a good one right there. But we gonna go into something else. Say that was a solid one. I gotta give St. C's props on that. That was a solid one. We're gonna go into this story that I told y'all. I ain't done yet. Shit, I ain't done. I thought I was gone after this, right? Nah, man, I ain't done yet. But yeah, man, just imagine that nigga survived. He the only person that had sex with this lady and survived. Not to mention, he also went to Colombia and survived. Man, listen, man, they want to do. They wanted this boy out of there. So this, we're gonna do it again. All right. We're gonna go into, remember I told y'all that about the shit that went on in Chicago, man, because my boy was in here from Chicago. I gotta tap into that real fast. So we're gonna get into this. Let me just get this shit queued up real fast. But shit really slow, man. Yeah, just imagine that, dog. The guy just got lucky. She caught the boy cheating with a white chick. She know your every move. It- hold on. Just imagine. Damn. Hold on. Just imagine, nigga, somebody fronting you some work, then send them the private investigator to watch you sell the shit. But really, it's to watch you to see if you cheating. You know what I'm saying? This lady is dangerous. They try to smoke you. I don't think she was trying to smoke him. I think she was just trying to send a message to let him know I see you. You know what I'm saying? Cause if she wanted him, like you know, she say it was something different about him, yeah. He's different. So we're gonna go into this story about a girl who fell off a yacht in Chicago, Black Yacht Weekend, man. It's crazy work, man. Like, we're gonna go into this, man.
Nobody wins when the family feels. Pick up whatever she want. CC Gucci Hippo take up whatever she want. She pissed me off on how she
Crazy story, y'all.
This is the kickoff. We playing hooky recess. What up?
once again, ran it up. I told her mama shot in my DMs. Now I'm right back in.
Yo, weekend, what up?
Yes, for Black Yacht Weekend. We're at Rhythm on the River at Black Yacht Weekend.
Shout out to him, man. Definitely shout out to him because at least,
First responders across Chicago and the suburbs were put to the test today.
We don't got no stories of him telling. You get what I'm saying? We don't got no stories of him snitching in the story, cause he would have been unalive. That's why we got to salute to him, man. You got to salute to that guy, man. You got to salute to him. Wasn't no snitching on this story.
To at least a dozen water rescues and possible drownings.
Didn't know this is a Rahari mother. I've never met her. But for your baby, if you need, with the little bit of knowledge and understanding I have, if you need some help or whatever, reach out to me. I ain't perfect, but I be right on
Definitely,
time.
best sister. But definitely.
Stayed with me at one point. She was Kanika friend.
Fam, it's a couple stories I want to bring to you guys' attention today.
Shout out to the Family TV, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe to the Family TV, man. That nigga like my favorite.
People starting to go out more. Now being on the water don't sound bad when it's 90 plus degrees outside. And as crazy as it may sound, if you don't know how to swim, I highly recommend wearing a life jacket. Now, later in the video, we'll later explain the correlation between that and this story. Today, we talk about a young Chicago hairstylist who lost her life only moments after posting a video on social media, leaving an alarming clue on how she allegedly lost her life. And as her picture was floating around on social media alongside her story, it was quickly discovered that she was connected and close friends to a young woman named Kanika Jenkins. For those who don't remember, we'll briefly go over her story in this video, but that was the young girl who lost her life inside of a Chicago hotel, with questions surrounding even her case left unanswered till this day. But nonetheless, we go over this story, pay our respects, see what allegedly led up to this young woman losing her life, and how she reacted to losing her best friend almost a decade prior. So before we go over this one, I want you guys to remember, I won't give you no angle, I just give you the story. So with that being said, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll jump right to it. Now,
Crazy,
for those who don't remember, Kanika Jenkins is a 19-year-old girl who was found dead inside a walk-in freezer at a Crown Plaza Chicago hotel. This incident took place September 2017 after attending a party there. Her death was ruled accidental, with hypothermia cited as the cause, alongside alcohol and a drug she had allegedly taken. The case gained significant public attention due to the circumstances of her death and the initial lack of clarity surrounding the events that led up to it. Lawsuit alleging negligence on the part of the hotel, which was later settled for $6 million. And just 3 years after Jenkins lost her life, may she rest in peace and loving condolences to her family, her best friend will go to social media on her birthday and express how much she missed her. June 15, 2020, Zahan went to Facebook and said the following. She tagged Janika and quoted, "Girl, I miss you so much. You broke my heart forever. I can't make this up. I can't believe forever really ain't forever. We did it all. We so ghetto for these memories, bro. I can't believe us. No more wild nights. Me f***ing your hair up, nothing. Eternity, sisters." But just 5 years after making that post, and 6 days later, June 21st, 2025, Zah now 27 years old. And she stayed dedicated to her dreams and doing hair and wig installments. And she was booming. She was known now as Zah the Stylist. Her business name was Couture Cutie. But as mentioned, on this day in Chicago, she decided to go on a boat ride alongside her friends. It was 80 degrees outside. Moments before getting on that boat, Zah went to her Instagram and posted what she had on and while on the boat. And nobody had on a life jacket. And you can tell by the clothing they had on that the winds out there was serious. And I just want to give everybody a FYI because I didn't notice neither before looking this up. It might sound remedial, but check this out. Higher wind speeds over lakes generate larger waves and choppier water, affecting boat stability, safety, and overall experience. Strong winds transfer energy to the water surface, creating waves. The stronger the wind, the larger and more chaotic the waves. And check out Zah's Instagram post.
Watch it. Whoa, y'all look, it's rocky, ain't it, y'all?
I have to be non-biased. I have to blur a lot of this
rocky,
video
y'all,
out for YouTube guidelines. But check out a screenshot of this video. Look how small that rail is while they dance, man. Their upper body is probably more heavier than the rail that they holding on to. And I want to point that out. Yes, we can say they should have known better. But why these companies still allow passengers to get on board, knowing the risk at hand on these small boats, especially with no life jacket? And I want to point something out because people falling off these boats are a common issue. It's just a lot of them don't get public recognition, like for Zah. And even the news, who reported 2 people falling off the boat, one losing their life, a male. They said they were searching for another one who was a male. No one mentioned Zah flipping off the boat the same time.
That's
it makes
crazy,
you wonder, did her friends call the police? Or did anybody call the police to notify that Zah had fell off the boat as well?
Responders across Chicago and the suburbs were put to the test today, responding to at least a dozen water rescues and possible drownings, including responses at these 3 popular locations. Our Marissa Sulek has been chasing these all day herself. Marissa.
Tara, we have just learned that one man has now died after a water rescue here at Navy Pier earlier today. We know 2 people are at nearby hospitals after different accidents, and 1 person is still missing in Lake Michigan at this hour. But safety advocates telling me the main problem today was that wind.
That dang wind.
At 63rd Street Beach, rescue crews were seen urgently searching high and below for a man the Chicago Fire Department says fell off a boat and is still missing. Near Lakeshore Drive at the Playpen, sources say a man was sent to Northwestern in serious condition after he hurt his foot. And at Navy Pier, CFD says a man was also sent to Northwestern in critical condition after he was pulled from the water in cardiac arrest.
We want people to understand that winds are dangerous
That shit's
terms
crazy,
on the
y'all.
Great Lakes.
You don't see the white
Dave
people
Benjamin
out
with
there
the Great
doing that
Lakes
shit?
Surf Rescue Project says the wind
like,
was a major factor this weekend.
Look at it.
Depending where people go, he says how the wind is blowing impacts currents.
Dang.
These are going to be very strong offshore winds. So anything that floats can go far and fast offshore with people on these objects as well.
We don't have a boat that's operable in any kind of a wave action.
Up north in the suburbs, fire departments like Winthrop Harbor and Zion also responding to water rescues, but don't have the resources. They say these rocks were put in by the state to break waves and help with erosion a couple years ago. The mounds attract swimmers, but are extremely hazardous. Just this week, they say a 20-year-old man drowned.
the break walls, we believe, are creating a rip current effect out there for people.
An active drowning person will submerge in less than 1 minute.
Benjamin says that families and groups are going to beaches this weekend. Keep an eye on who you go with. He says if a person drowns, they won't yell and wave. It's quiet, quick, and leads to unfortunate outcomes.
Now, safety advocates do want to remind parents to keep an eye on their kids. Even if they have a life jacket on, they say that they can still blow away, especially if they are not fitted properly. We have heard from the Chicago Park District that they are fully staffed with lifeguards this summer at both beaches and pools. We are live at DuSable Harbor. Marissa Sulik, CBS News, Chicago. Tara.
On that same day, which was yesterday, June 21st, 2025, Za fell in that water as well. According to CBS, it wasn't reported to the local authorities, so they didn't report it. Now, before we go into details about when it was later discovered that Za was pulled from that water, from local authorities, and also the alleged correlation that her friends allegedly left her, which they responded alongside her mom. But people are also making the correlation with her best friend case. How her friends allegedly left Janika in that hotel to roam off alone knowing she was intoxicated. Now, as mentioned, this was Black Yacht Weekend in Chicago. Check out a glimpse of someone experiencing day one and giving a review on TikTok.
Weekend is here, and I met all the out-of-towners who stole y'all boat. I went to the first day of Black Yacht Weekend in Chicago, and y'all, it was bussing from the food to the helicopters. We are off to a great start. But first, let's tame this hair. Y'all, I took so many pictures straight out the chair because I knew after I came home and put that bonnet on, it was never going to look as good as she had. I tried to do a little curl swirl, but that was not happening, so bumped ends we go. I started off Juneteenth at Chemistry in Hyde Park at the Black Yacht Weekend VIP dinner. Y'all really be lying saying they ain't good. I'm happy I tasted it at a private event because no one could say they made it special for me. Everything was so good and they ordered almost the whole menu. I gotta come back for dinner. And if y'all ever wondered who organized this amazing event, it's this beautiful Black woman right here. She really turned Chicago up this weekend.
To introduce myself, I'm Shanika, the founder and CEO of Black Yacht.
Now, day two was full of boat rides. It was Saturday. It's mentioned 80 degrees, and by the evening, one person went to social media and wrote, "Oh my God, I never seen no dead body in my life. They found a female body at my job, Navy Pier, in the water. She was on a boat. They say with two other people. She came from 63rd and flew to Navy Pier. They didn't find a third person yet, and that woman was identified as Zarai, 27 years old. May she rest in peace. I love her condolences to her family."
Chicago police say a woman died after she was pulled from the water near Navy Pier around 5:30 yesterday. That woman died at the hospital. Details are limited, but we know the woman was 27 years old.
Now, we don't know exactly what she pushed or was it the wind. We do know she left clues on social media, and then it was confirmed that she was with people. The one person went to social media, and I'm assuming she was with Za because she spoke up. And her first post, some say drew concerns, and others say they were just happy to know she was alive. But it wrote, "I'm okay." And then she wrote, "I never went through nothing like this before since I lost my first best friend in 2016. But to lose a friend, a sister, this hit different. I don't wish this on nobody." Then she wrote, my Za. She was just saying how she wanted to show up more for us. It's crazy as I like her. These past few weeks, she been calling every day. I can hear her now. JoJo, I'm back. And then she wrote, "Za, for you, I'm crying bad. Can't take it." Now, when rumors was going around that no one helped Za, someone that spoke up, but it wasn't her friend. In fact, it was someone who, according to her post, didn't even know Za, which made more people run with the narrative that her friends had allegedly left her. The girl wrote, "I hate y'all. Yes, the F we did try to help her. We threw in the rope, a vest and all. Two of us off the boat jumped in and tried their fucking hardest. We tried. Them waves so fucking bad and heavy. We thought about everybody. We were risking our lives for her and don't even know her. Fuck yeah, I never experienced death. I'm fucking wrong. I ain't hurt. I cried for that girl. I fucking hate y'all." And for some strange reason, people kept putting the two together with Kanika and Za. But then Kanika's mom had spoke up when finding out Zarai had lost her life. She even mentioned how Za had allegedly lived with her at one point in time with her daughter, as well as her doing hair even back then. Check it out.
I'm coming here to everybody that's in question because I'm just finding out. And to Zahari, mother, my heart goes out to you, beautiful queen. I had enough of that asking who know who or what know what, but I'm telling you, this is my page, and you're more than welcome to reach out to me. My heart goes out to you for what happened to your baby. One thing I have learned within life is a lesson. If I'm not saying it right, please forgive me. But my heart hurt that you got to go through it.
It's cold. It's a cold ass story, bro.
But the good thing, God, I need somebody that knows Rahari mother. I've never met her.
My nigga
But for
say
your
that's
baby,
rule number
if you need,
23. This nigga's a
with the
dog
little
ass
bit of
kid.
knowledge and understanding I have, if you need or some help or whatever, reach out to me. I ain't perfect, but I be right on time. Zahari stayed with me at one point. She was Kanika friend. And for me to just not hear this like a couple of hours ago, it breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Y'all live each and every day like it's your last day. Please, please. If you're mad at somebody, the Bible said the truth is true love. Tell them. And if somebody love you well enough, they're going to try to fix it. But if not, it's okay. I know that's off the wall or whatever.
Yeah.
So my heart goes out. But it's not off the wall. It's for us to need to know. Do not hold on to anger. Do not live and let go. Ain't no goddamn body perfect. And if you feel that I disrespected you, I'm sorry. But to God won't love me anyway, because God said, come to him as I am. Man, the Bible says your will is your most deadliest days. I'm learning not to lean on my own understanding, but depend on God. And I got up on here because guess what? Zahari once upon a time was in my house.
Nigga say he had a panic attack.
Hey.
Oh man.
They had the opportunity.
Found out that motherfucker, I'm probably gonna
they
probably
was.
get unalive.
And they knew who I was. I said it years and years ago. If I gotta be somebody else, I don't know how to be. The only thing I know how to be is me. It ain't for you to like me. It ain't for nobody else like me. But right now, it ain't even about me. This baby lost her life. I remember she used to come over my house and do hair. She was Kanika friend. And I told all of her friends, I would help y'all be successful. But I'd be damned if I would help y'all be nothing. If you're going to be in this house, you're going to go to school. So to let the mothers know, I supported what y'all was on. It wasn't no good time house. Well, let me rephrase that. It was a good time house if you went to school and you did what your mama said. When I found out that you was mad at your mama, oh, no. Because guess what? Our mamas will never be perfect. But for them to have the audacity to carry us for 9 months, and for us to get so angry at them, till we turn our backs on them, I ask God to have mercy on us. It's human being. It's so effed up. This baby was at the prime of her life. I remember she was doing that, and her mama was always a good mom. So I ain't trying to take that shit. But I'm talking about what I experienced with her. She was doing hair, and I told her, I said, you doing hair? I used to do hair a long time ago. And as long as I was doing it free, everybody came to me. But when I started charging $15, They started going paying other blacks. So I told her, as long as you're as raw as you is, keep doing what you're doing. I know it's easy for me to say because she ain't get to defend herself. Trust me, I ain't no son. But it ain't for my words because I ain't got it. And I got to get that. I'm giving her shots. But she was Tanika friend. Tanika didn't bring everybody to my house. But when she did bring, she wanted me to share the love. And she personally came to me. I ain't got no more to say. I love y'all. Peace.
It's a very unfortunate story. Every lost victim we talked about in this story, we do want to say once again, rest in peace and love and condolences to the family. Anybody that was affected by the story we just talked about.
That story, dog. Just really just trying to have fun and fall off a yacht, dog. How the hell? Dang, that's cold. That's cold. It's so much content out here. You know, like you said, I watched Charlie White. You know, we watched Charlie White last night. Me and my homeboy smoked the blood. Watched that nigga Charlie last night. It's so much content out here right now. That nigga, I ain't gonna lie. Charlie hit that nigga with one that woke it, nigga. Charlie hit that nigga with a punch, and that nigga said, "Time out." Nigga, ain't no timeouts in boxing. Hey, Charlie hit that nigga with one last night. That shit was crazy, dog. I know y'all all seen that shit. We talking about Charleston White. Salute, Jess. Good morning. Hey, Charleston White, motherfucking ass is crazy, dog. He hit that nigga with one at the end. That white boy looks, he slid that nigga back. Hey, the white boy say, time out. And they gave it to him. Nigga ain't no time out in the boxing. Nigga, you gotta wait till the round over with. Fight over with, man. This nigga don't want to fight. That shit was funny, dog. Hilarious last night, dog. I rolled me up a wood and watched that shit. That shit was crazy, dog. Charleston is crazy, man. Yeah, that shit was crazy, yeah. Definitely crazy. You know, it's some more shit, dog. But this story gonna take 30 minutes, man. Like I got it. Like y'all don't remember the story that I ran. Remember the story that if y'all was here, I ran the story in Alabama about a homeboy who unalived his friend at a funeral home, and to get to the friend, he unalived his friend at a funeral home, and to get to him, he even unalived his own uncle. And I got an update on that story that I had. Man, I'm telling you a crazy story, but I'm gonna get my ass on, man. I'm gonna come back with some more shit, man. Charleston White, that shit, y'all go watch that shit. Watch Charleston White. He on live talking shit. You know he on live talking shit. He in the Maserati now, so I guess you know he in the Maserati talking shit, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Watch. I know y'all want to see y'all favorite homeboy. Watch this real fast. Hold on. Watch this. Y'all motherfucking homeboy. This nigga, he gonna be talking shit. Hey, that shit was hilarious, dog. I don't know what. Oh, it's right here. Hold on.
Hold on, man. Let me get this shit. Shit. That nigga talking shit. Nigga, we knew you was gonna beat him up, nigga. That ain't nobody. You better have. Uh-huh. Hold on, let me see something. Old Charlie, he gonna be talking so greasy, man. Y'all know he gonna talk greasy. No, he gonna be talking greasy. Man, you can't get no nigga no shine like this. That nigga, he definitely gonna show you he in the Maserati. He gonna be like, oh yeah. White boy thought he was big, yeah. You can't fight no nigga. You can't fight no nigga. Okay. 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 Uh-oh. I don't know if y'all can see it. My computer runs slow. Here you go. Here you go, dog. Here this nigga go, dog. Look at him. Look at this nigga, dog. The nigga got the Red Sea. That nigga think he just. Hey! Look at this hoe. This hoe in the Maserati. Red seats. Hey. 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 Eating breakfast from out the drive-thru line. You know? Ghetto ass nigga. Come on, Johnson. Nah, Johnson, you ain't finna do it like that. What was that? That's the build up, Charleston? Shit, nah, man. We're gonna have to come on with that, Charleston. We ain't, That nigga gonna play the whole song. Tomorrow.
the internet. I'm gonna be the most watched person on the internet tonight.
I told you.
We're predicted to break records.
I told you. Here
I'm
you
gonna say it
go.
again.
Here you
I'm
go.
gonna be live tonight.
Here
in the
you
boxing
go.
ring. It's gonna break records.
Yeah, it's a good
I'm
jam.
getting
It's definitely
paid
a
over
good
6
jam.
figures.
Yes, definitely. No
Jake
doubt.
Paul, them kind of money.
He picked a
So
good
listen
jam.
to me. So listen to me. I'm gonna make a lot of money for this fight. I'm the headliner. I'm the big catch. So if you looking for me, and if the goons is looking for me, they can watch me on television, like y'all do all the time.
There you go. Here you go.
Y'all
Here
watch
you
me on
go.
television all the time.
Here you go.
So they can't be looking for me. They watch me on TV all the time. All the time. All the time. All the time. All the motherfucking time. You bitch ass goons that's looking for me. I'm in a Maserati right now with red interior leather seats, brand new off the showroom motherfucking floor. Looking like a rapper. with all my
Man,
jewelry
that
on.
nigga, man,
But not
listen.
all of it, just
Listen.
a partial.
Listen. Listen.
With Aiden
Listen,
Ross,
Jess.
Kick, Brandwidth Promotion.
I don't like this nigga. Just the way it's supposed to look. Just the way it's supposed to look. I ain't no hater. Say that nigga get this sack on, man. She's still a bitch ass nigga though, but hey, this the way it's supposed to look. Salute till you get your bag, man. That's the way it's supposed to look, man. I'm telling you. Mhm.
I'm the headliner. They flew me in on a private jet. They got this much cash waiting for me because they're gonna pay
You
me
know,
cash.
I hate to say that, but
I
yeah.
get paid in cash after the fights. I'm gonna have a big
Yeah.
old bag full of money. No. I'm staying. Yeah. I'm getting paid a lot of money. I'm getting paid a lot of money. Not only do they pay me a lot of money to box, they pay me a lot of money to stream. Not only do they pay me a lot of money to box and stream,
Yeah.
they pay me a lot of money for my comedy tour. So I'm making a lot of money. So if you're looking for me, chances are you can't find me. You know why? Because you're poor, you're broke, and I'm rich.
I told you, it's over with. It's over.
See me on TV.
Ain't a guy this nigga.
On TV
It is over with.
gotta know, baby, yeah. I gotta know.
This nigga, I'm telling you, they done fucked up and let this nigga in. Hey. No, Tossie, we ain't doing that. This nigga here is also. Hey, that's just a taste. Y'all just got a taste. Yeah, listen, man. That's the way you're supposed to look when you get money. Hey, shout out to him, nigga. I'm not. Hey, I don't like it. What you stand for, the bullshit you, the way you treat people and shit, the things you say. But when it comes to getting your money, you ain't got yours. Nigga. I can't hate that, nigga. Yeah. Like, I can't hate that, nigga. You know, at least you're not blogging from the car. You blogging from the car, but you ain't blogging from the car. You get what I'm saying? Hey, it makes sense to blog in the Maserati, you know, when you rent the red seats. Yeah, hey, that makes a lot of sense, you know. I don't know about no Jeeps. But anyway, that's neither here, neither there. But you can't take none of that with you. You definitely can't. But if you doing something, you get some money instead of talking about it and showing that shit like some cash in your hands, man. You know, we just looked at some young niggas that's really getting some money and doing the right things with it yesterday in Dallas. You know, I just hope Charleston White do some of them right things that them youngsters is doing. You get what I'm saying?
We just saw some young niggas put money into properties and everything. Yeah, they had big jewelry and all that shit, but they wasn't just fucking off their money on that, just that. The niggas fucking off their money on something that was gonna bring them millions of dollars, bro. You're not understanding. If you could buy properties in the motherfucking high dollars motherfucking areas, bro, and you rebuild that shit from the ground, man, you just make that bitch just worse. Man, yeah. But Charlie is crazy, y'all. He definitely crazy, dog. That nigga Charlie is hell, man. He definitely is hell. I don't know, man. I gotta get my ass up out of here, man. I'm gone. I'm definitely gone. I don't know what to do, man, but I'm gonna do it.
Chop Stall.
Salute, y'all. I'm gone, man.
That feel good shit.
Make sure y'all hitting the like button coming out the door, man. I'm gone.
Another year to run it up and try to get a meal. Them niggas ate for 3 years straight and we ain't get a meal. But now we up and we done even out the playing field. All day the crew was counting money and we counting still. I never been a sucker, nigga, don't know how I feel. We dropped the top and exit main and blocked the intersection. A 30 on and 10 to 5, that's how my niggas flexing. A bunch of breaking off and poking, but nobody plexing. But bullets love hating niggas and they show affection. Hit Carol Lot who got some wok, I need a forward clean. Oh no, I'm cool on green, my G, that there's not my thing. I'm high as fuck, I'm craving wings, hoes and Krispy Kremes. In and out of trippy dreams on them tippy things. Hit MLK, a crock, he saved me him in Crystal Springs. And fuck the laws, the money dirty, but these pistols clean.
Coast to coast, coast to coast. A hater never pop drunk on me. Swinging from coast to coast,
coming down, turning heads.
Swinging wide, cocked up on 3.
Pow wow. Hey. Coming down, poking, trunk full of bass. I was taught slow and steady when the race. I'm old school, I'll say it to your face. The squeaky wheel gets the grease, then it gets replaced. That's pretty deep, like some G20s. To compete with something complete, take big money. Trunk knocking, you get here before you see me coming. The candy paint dripping down like a nose running. On South Mont, and I'm headed to the K. Watch me break them off, fifth, bow down and pray. About to scoop up cabbage head and swing to the tray. Holla at that Danger, he stacking up them lays. Big chips, success, no step, skip. Rest in peace, big mix, rest in peace, flip. Big flex, no place, just a lot of drip. Heads turn swift when the pop trunk lifts.
Swinging from coast to coast, coast to coast. A hater never pop drunk on me. Swinging from coast to coast,
coast to coast, my nigga.
Swinging wide, cocked up on 3.
Crawling through the ward. Sunny day for the void, motors running hard. Souls turning, doja burning, trying to catch a vibe. Heavy money out there holding, this what it's about. Swinging wide, hitting corners, trying to see the city. Effing in 509 edge, I keep it with me. A lot of niggas get content, I'm a hunt for the skrilla. Spray the frame and circle banks, that hoe on gorillas. 280 8610, I'm on the southeast. Trunk closed, all beat, glass fold, dog meat. Good smoke, feeling good, I'm on the black top. Bumper killing like a slab line in the backdrop. Pulling up and pulling off the shit a lifestyle. Niggas on them bikes at the light making the pipes growl. Watch them haters dick ride and they gon' do the most. I'ma pull a whip out and put this motherfucker
coast to coast, coast to coast. A hater never pop drunk on me. Swinging from coast to coast.
Editsville, I bought Lennox Mall for my brother. Oh, God, man, took the photo. I got it out the field, fuck up. Going as Lori about the edit and going as Jordan habit tricking on a bitch. Shit, I'm thinking I'm cooking a pimp. Shit, I'm cooking up dope like a dump. Shit, that covers gon' shit nigga trim. Shit, I'm floating, I'm out in the blimp. Shit, it look like I'm swimming in glass. Shit, I turn on my bitch cause she bad. Shit, I'm making her ex nigga mad. Shit, they go for that number man. Real nigga learn up, stirring the bag. Piping a bitch in the hand like I can. Turn up the shooter, just switch you go mad. They was some yummers, but I was some tasty. Stepping on back of my dog, he falls off. No capping, no kind of playback.
Yeah. Hey, it's a celebration of the real. Another year.